Hello everybody, welcome back to my gaming review. Tonight I want to make a quick video on my journey to the PlayStation 5. Now, when the PS5 first was announced and first came out, I actually wasn't really going to get one. I even made videos calling the PS5 a PS4 Pro, and I said I wouldn't get one. I gave it some criticism. So for a long time, I kept on using my PS4, kept on using my Xbox One, and eventually, when it came around Christmas time of, this year, Christmas time, I had one of my family members ask me, would I rather have the Xbox Series X or the PS5? And when I really thought about it, I was like, well, I do like the idea of backwards compatibility with like 360 games and Call of Duty and all that, so I didn't actually think my family would get me a brand new console, because I said that I don't really need a PS5, I don't really need an Xbox Series X, but my family is good like that. We're like, you know what, we're going to get you something. We want you to have a special Christmas. So they got me the Xbox Series X. And I did like that console. I did enjoy it, and I played a whole bunch of 360 games on it, but it wasn't really anything like new to me. The controller was basically the same, and if I'm being completely honest, I did kind of get bored with it. Also, I had some issues with my Xbox Series X. The Xbox Series X, whenever I would turn the console on, there would be this like clicking sound coming from, I believe, the power supply or the disk drive. It also would stop connecting to my Wi-Fi. And I tested this out. It's like my phone connects to my Wi-Fi, my PS5, my PS4. All my consoles work with my Wi-Fi. So my Xbox Series X had a Wi-Fi issue. Plus, it was making this clicking sound, right? So I had that for Christmas, and my family got me that for Christmas. And then when there was some issues with it and stuff like that, it was like, well, we're going to look at the return stuff. It was like a 30-day return. I only owned it for like probably 2 weeks. So we got the refund, and that is when I decided to choose to look for the PS5. So originally I was going to get the PS5 original, the big, giant PS5 model, the original version. But then I saw the Slim that came out. The Slim was new. It was like probably, like a month old or 2 months old when I saw it on Amazon. And it's like, I have a PS3 Slim, I have a PS4 Slim. I was like, well, I might as well get the PlayStation 5 Slim. Plus, after looking up some videos and doing my own research, the PS5 Slim is smaller by probably 30% from the original. But I do like the design better overall. So I got the refund money. We got the $500 back from the Xbox Series X from Amazon, and then I chose the PlayStation 5 Slim All Digital Edition, which is this console right here. And it eventually came in the mail, I believe, 2 days later. I think it was 2 days later. I was really excited. I got the box. I was happy. I pulled the console. I was like, this is actually really cool. And I was still using the PS4 at that time. I had my PS4 Pro hooked up. I was playing, I believe I was playing Call of Duty Vanguard when my PS5 showed up. So, when I went into the PS5, I was excited about the console, but I wasn't overly hyped up about it, because I was like, well, it's gonna be basically a PlayStation 4 with only a few PS5 games. So I took it out of the box, and I plugged everything in. I set up the little feet that'll, I think you can actually see them. Ooh, focus. The little feet right there, if you can see that. So you get the little plastic feet, you stick it in the console. I plug it up. I immediately skip the setup, and I go right to Asher's Playroom. And Asher's Playroom is still my favorite PS5 game. Asher's Playroom is fan-freaking-tastic. But after having the PlayStation 5, I would play it every single day. I've used the console for around Ooh, almost 3 months. It's been only, I think, 2 months, but it's almost been about three, coming up soon. But yeah, I've been playing my PS5 every single day since I got it. And my opinions on the console have changed some a little bit. I did make a video, even when I did own this console, even though I have this console, I have made videos because I have criticized the console. Like, well, technically speaking, you can still go for PS4 Pro. That gives you a pretty decent amount of power, plus 4K, and I said that you don't really need to upgrade because there's not really that many reasons to upgrade. I made a video about that you can still find on my channel, that I was like, well, is PS4 Pro still worth it? And honestly, I do still feel that PS4 is a console that people should still keep, but my opinion has kind of changed because I've been using my PS4 nonstop, you know. And I've been using my PlayStation 5 controller. The haptic feedback is amazing. The controller was pretty amazing. And, you know, even though I played the majority of PS4 games, I've been picking up some more PS5 games recently. Like, I got the Stellar Blade demo. I have Asher's Playroom that I still play nonstop. And if I'm being completely honest, you know, I really do love the PS5, you know. I love how fast it is. I love how it looks. I love the design of it. And, you know, when I played the Stellar Blade demo, it increased my love for the PS5 because that game's a fantastic game. You should try the demo. If you haven't yet, you should definitely try it. But, you know, games like Asher's Playroom and Stellar Blade, it really shows you what the PS5 is capable of doing. And I've also played some, you know, upgraded PS4 games that have been upgraded to be a PS5 game. So I've tried some of those out, where you have the haptic feedback controls on certain games from last generation. And honestly, the upgraded games are actually pretty good. They're pretty solid. They work amazingly. The performance is great, and yeah, my experience of the PS5 has been pretty good. So I went from not really liking the console and just saying that I would just stick to the PS4 to going, well, I absolutely love the console after owning it for, you know, 2 months now, right? I've made plenty of videos on the PS5. I've made so many videos on the PS5. But, I mean, of course, I'm going to. It's a new console, right? But I do think now, after having the system for 2 months, after being able to feel the controller, the haptic feedback, where you actually feel the triggers in shooting games, where you actually feel the gun shooting, right? And the pressure on your finger. It's actually a really cool and satisfying experience that you can only get in the PS5, as far as I know. Because I don't think PC... Does PC have the PS5 haptic feedback controller thing? I'm not exactly sure if it does, but yeah, it's just a great experience, the haptic feedback. And again, Asher's Playroom, fantastic game. Stellar Blade demo, not even the full game yet. I'm already in love with that game. And I do think that if you could find a cheap PS5 on Amazon or whatever, I think that people should definitely pick up a PS5. You know, it's not like a bad gaming console. And I've seen some videos where people are like, oh, this thing is trash. Has no games. Yes, it only has a few exclusives. But I've really enjoyed the few exclusives it has. And I've also really enjoyed the upgraded games from the PS4. And yes, I do enjoy the PS5 controller. I've switched back between PS4 and PS5 controllers because I do still use my PS4 controller. I love PS4 controller. But every once in a while, well, not every once in a while, but when I play a PS5 game, I do love the haptic feedback. And I love the way the PS5 controller feels, you know. It's a cool experience. And I think that I do understand the criticism, okay? Yes, it's not really mind-blowing because it doesn't have, like, 50 exclusives, you know? It only has, like, 11 or 12 or however much we have on the PS5. And yes, the majority of games are just upgraded versions of PS4 games. That is all true, and that is very fair criticism. But if I'm being honest, the upgrade is fantastic. It's nice. The upgraded control is very nice. The haptic feedback's very nice. And even though you don't have like a whole lot of exclusive games, I do hope that PlayStation does make a lot more exclusives to the console. I hope that we do see, more big titles coming to the PS5 in the future, because I do think that Sony should really, they just really need to use the PS5's, capabilities for these games, right? And I understand some people like disappointed and stuff, but honestly, I think all Sony needs to do is just push out more exclusive games for the PS5, more fantastic games for the PS5, and they need to make more games like Stellar Blade and Astro's Playroom. We need just fun and more enjoyable games, and I think that the PS5, currently right now, after using it for 2 months, yes, I think that this is a fantastic upgrade. And yes, I will not go back to a PS4 because this plays my PS4 games, it plays them at a better performance, it has SSD, and even though I've given it criticism in the past, even though I've given PS5 crap, I gotta say, after experiencing some PS5 games and even the upgrades that you get, yes, I think it's a really awesome experience. And I think that if you're somebody who is looking for a game console right now and you don't know what to pick, I would say go for PS5. It is a fun console. I mean, Astro's Playroom alone would make me buy a PS5. I'm not even joking. Games like Stellar Blade and games like Astro's Playroom, those two games right there would make me buy a PS5. And people might be saying, really? Just those two games? And it's like, definitely. I would rather have two solid, great experiences instead of having Xbox Game Pass. I would rather have two fantastic games on PS5 instead of Xbox Game Pass that pretty much has 360 games and a bunch of old games that are kind of just whatever, right? I'm not trying to give Xbox any crap here, but I'm being for real with you. What does Game Pass have? And I'd rather own my games, so I'd rather just buy my games and have them on my console instead of paying for like a Netflix subscription service. Yes, PlayStation does the same thing. Again, but I don't like that. So, for me, Xbox Game Pass is like whatever. And once Xbox went that Netflix gaming direction, I was like, yeah, no, I'm not really gonna be in support for that. But anyway, I'm in the video, but tell me in the comments down below what you think about my journey to the PS5. And, just my history with the console so far, but tell me what you think about the PS5 in the comment section below. Excuse me, my throat's very dry. Now, leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Comment down below what you think. Sorry that this was a kind of a longer video. I'm also sorry with the way I sound or how I sound at the beginning. I'll just be honest. I suffer from depression, so, before I made this video, I was kind of dealing with something. But anyway, I'm in the video, so hope you all enjoyed. Comment down below what you think, and peace out. And this has been my gaming review. I hope you all have an awesome day or night.